friends, welcome to Day to Day Knits, episode 14. My name is Sara and I live here in today Wray, Knoxville, Tennessee with my husband Joseph and our dog Effie. Now, usually I don't do the episodes outside because you never know what sound is going to show up, like just a really loud car, for example. However, this is 7 p.m., so in the afternoon on a Sunday, and this is the only good light I am going to have, so I cannot actually film from the inside of my apartment. I'm very tired, if you can tell, and I also have quite a few allergies. So I'm sorry if either some sound from outside or some sound coming from me, like hopefully not some coughing, but you know, that happens. Sorry if that is going to bother you. Now, the reason I'm doing this on Sunday night is because I've been just incredibly busy, just with other things that are unrelated to knitting. And also, my knitting mojo has been quite low for not only the busyness of everyday life, and also because I'm at a phase where, as an immigrant, I just have to send a bunch of papers to the Department of Homeland Security or something, and I mean, that takes some time and also a certain amount of stress. But moving on. So I have not had a ton of time for knitting. However, I'm going to talk to you about what I have done, and also the one purchase that I have made, but not for me, for you. So first of all, I'm teaching my friends Nikki and Haven to knit. They are incredibly fast knitters. It is just, I don't know, amazing. And I went to the store with them so that they could buy their needles and their yarns for their first projects. One of them is starting a t-shirt by Jessie Maed. It's the one where you let go of some stitches at the end. I can't remember the name of it though. And the other one is doing the Flutter Buttshorts, and also just a free pattern that we found online for I think chunky yarn, and that's for a baby blanket, just for her to do something else while she's waiting to get the yarn for the Flutter Buttshorts. And I went to the store and I got the winner of the knit along of 2021, the one that I'm doing through Ravelry, where you start and finish a project that was mentioned in this podcast, and then there's a list on the group on Ravelry. The link will be below. I got you this beautiful Zager tweed, and the color is green, and this is Aran weight. I've never used Aran weight before. I have used the fingering of this yarn tweed for Christmas ornaments, so I thought this could make a beautiful addition to someone's stash. You could just knit a beautiful Christmas ornament with this, or just incorporate it maybe in some color work or some smaller project that you have going on. Aran, if you don't know, it's a very similar weight to worsted. And it is beautiful, and I wish I had some for myself, but as you know, I'm trying not to spend money on yarny things, except for my Yarnable box, just for like 2 or 3 months, because I went crazy over the summer. But I'm gonna do another zoom in. Let's see. It is the most beautiful green, and it has these beautiful like gold brown, more brightly green, closer to my Mondim sock, and some grays. It is beautiful, and I hope whoever gets it really likes it. And also, I've also gotten I think 4 samples of soak. Soak, if you don't know, it's something that you can use to wash your knitwear as well as your lace or lingerie, you know, bras and that sort of more delicate stuff that you don't want to scrub or put in the machine necessarily. And I got it scentless, so whoever gets it, if you have allergies, you're probably going to be okay with this. And if, you know, you're just very sensible to scents as I am, I mean, scentless, so you'll be okay. And I'm really excited about that. Anyway, moving on. So now you know what you need to do to get it. You just have to start and finish the project, put it in a Ravelry post for the Cal 2021. Sorry, I predicted it. The 2021 Cal, and then post a picture of that and also the name of the project that you used. I am wearing today my Hera socks, and this is not only the beginning of fall. And may I suggest a fall playlist? I don't know if you know Agnes Obel. I might not be pronouncing the name correctly, but she is a Danish lady, and she has an album that I just love. It's from 2010. It's called Philharmonics, and you should check her out. She has just beautiful songs that go with fall, autumn. Just waiting for that car to go by. Yeah, so I'm wearing my Hera socks. They were designed by me. Inga from Knitting Tradition. She's using a very similar color to the one that I'm using, just a different type of yarn base, but it's still just 100% wool fingering. And the wool that I'm using is Mondim by Retrosaria. That is a store in Portugal, and the wool is 100% form. Waiting for the car again. Portuguese sheep. And there's something I'd like to say about that. I sort of lost, like last week, I lost my mojo with socks. I was tired of knitting them, but also I have like 2 patterns on socks going right now that I'm just trying to work by myself before I sent it out for testing. And I was just not sure if people would be interested in them. But this month alone, enough people bought the Hera socks pattern that it's almost the money that everyone has spent on it almost covers a monthly subscription box of Yarnable. And that was just putting things into that perspective. I was just, oh my god, people actually like that pair of socks, and they're okay with, you know, spending their hard-earned money on it. And I'm just gonna continue working on my socks, but really for last week's I have not, so I'm not gonna talk about the socks that I have as whips right now, because literally nothing has happened on them since the last time that I did a video. But moving on to actual whips, I can wear for you right now the Plum sweater that I'm doing with the Mé-Mé 20 by Retrosaria yarn. I'm using white. It's more like an ivory white. It's not like bright white. It's more of like a natural sheep color. And then for the contrast color, I'm using a really dark brown. But I can wear it for you, I guess, because literally it is just ribbing. I mean, I can put it on you. It will be hard to tell, but will it go over my head? Probably not right now. But I'm at the V-neck, and I would have done more on it, except for first lack of time, and then the fact that I lost my interchangeable needles. I lost them about 2 weeks ago, and literally just like 2 or 3 hours ago I found them, the whole set. I have to my next phase, I have to move on to these, which are the smallest, which are the US 3s, which does not follow the pattern exactly because I'm doing just first a different scale, but also my gauge is completely different from the knitters. But yeah, oh, these are, I think these are in the wrong order. They don't look like they're in the right order. They're not in the right order. Anyway, doesn't matter. Just these last two, I have them switched, I don't know why. But I found it, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to do some progress on my extremely good looking V-shaped neck. I think, is it like this? I think it's like this. Like that. But you can't, anyway, you can't really tell, but let me show you how the stitches are looking. I'm really happy with them. Considering the fact that this is an uneven yarn. Some parts are just thicker, some parts are thinner and more almost like lace weight, and some parts look like heavy fingering. But I'm really happy with it, and I really like the yarn. As far as I can tell, it is only 1 ply, but it smells so much like sheep, and it still has the little straws. Anyway, I'm really happy with it, and this is what my skein is looking like. It's it looks like dry noodles. So that's where that is. And then for my shorts, and just overall, I have not been knitting much. This was probably the thing I knitted the most, but I'm still not where I separate for the legs. Let's see. These are my Flutter Buttshorts. They're looking like that. And right now they look like underwear. I have to have, at the minimum, a foot long from the waistband, and right now I'm probably like at maybe half a foot. A foot is 12 inches. Each inch is 2.5 centimeters. So if you want to do the math, there. I don't know, it's probably like 30 centimeters. I don't know, just throwing numbers off my head. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. And this is easy knitting. Now, I have not been knitting during work, and honestly, I don't know what I'm doing when I come home. I guess I'm just doing chores, because usually I'm able to knit at work for a little bit, and then I'm able to knit when I'm home, but this progress was only progress done either 2 weekends ago, or as I'm teaching Nikki and Haven, because this is just easy to keep track of since it's literally just knit stitches. And honestly, until Friday, I had not done any progress on my The Coziest Memory by Kemper Wray. But on Friday, I was able to start my, I want to say, modern cotton decay, which is what I'm using for my Flutter Buttshorts by Jessie Maed. So that's that square, and this square is supposed to happen then 2 weeks ago. This one is supposed to be from last week. This is Long Dog Yarns, and it is the bounce sock yarn in the gingerbread colorway. This is something island. I would say Rose Island or Tropical Island, but I cannot remember right now. And I have not yet started today's square for this week, which is really bad of me, that I'm going to do as soon as I finish the video, since I'm not going to be able to edit this tonight, because it just takes a while to load it into the computer. I'm really tired. And, well, it just is the way it is, I guess. Tomorrow I'll be able to edit, but I'm wanting to start today's square today. And that is going to be with Mondim, the one that I used for my Sorel sweater. And this is it. And I think these 3 colors go quite well together. Well, really, these 4 colors. Look at that. And this is the one that I use for my Mondim, the Hera socks. I think those really go well together. It's sort of like a fall spring motif. This would look good on a colorwork sweater. And I'm going to bring it up close. There we go. Mondim is going to be, this one is a solid and the pink is a solid. The one in the center, pink, is also solid. And this one here is more of a heathered. And really that is just what I'm working on. And right now I think that next week goals are first put all my squares in order and probably start the second row. I don't know, I always say this because I go and measure and then I think probably needs a couple more squares just to be a little bit, well, this is going to be a blanket for a king size bed, if I have not said it this time. I have said it in every other episode though. And and so that's one of the goals. Just make all my squares in time for the next couple of weeks. I would like to get this to just probably around a foot long. And I'd like to get this one to the next stage, but most importantly, I'm gonna go back to my socks because I was just really inspired and it gave me the will to keep working on my sock patterns. The fact that you want to get them and you want to make those socks too. So the one that I'm working on right now, it's a colorwork pattern, and the one that I'm going to work after that is not a colorwork. It's going to be a mix of lace, the tiniest amount of cables, and just some odd stitches here and there that hopefully will make things beautiful. So yeah, I think this is like the fastest episode ever. It has been raining on and off, so I mean, these yarns are just the best for this weather. I'm wearing a sweater. People that live here can be wearing t-shirts and shorts, but I'm at the point where sweaters and some comfy pants that are not overly warm are just the best. And of course, Agnes Obel Philharmonics on repeat. That is my jam. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you all have a really good week. A really good week after this. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really even like the most the comments. The comments just brighten up my day. If everything is going wrong, and I just get a really nice comment, or someone just being supportive, or just giving their opinion, it makes me think that this matters, and that I am not talking to the vacuum of unknown internet spaces. And of course, as I'm talking about this, I think I was listening to a BBC news program where they were talking about the Instagram negative influence on people's lives and Photoshop things and followers, and how that makes people feel bad because they don't have 20,000 followers, and they don't look as beautiful and rich as the other person that they're seeing showcasing their perfect lives on the internet. And here I am, just, tell you about my not fantastic couple weeks that I've been so busy that I just can't dedicate enough time to my craft because I feel like I had anything going on. And of course, allergies. But so one of the things that I think about, since I am involved on this internet thing and on YouTube, followers or subscribers or views or likes, they matter because they either make a video more visible or less visible, and therefore you just go into oblivion or into stardom if you ever make it there. But what helps me think about it is, if I have only 24 followers, that is a full classroom of people that are just wanting to know either what I'm doing or what I can teach them or share with them, or just, you know, inspire them to do things with either just literally the use of color or specific patterns or specific ideas. And I think we have to sometimes look more onto the bright side and be more optimistic of things in general. From the fact that, you know, there's a difference between 25 followers of subscribers or 20,000 or 20 million, but everything matters and everything has a good side to it. Sometimes we just have to look a little bit harder to find it. And that is also why it is so important to put like positive energy out there and be kind to others, because that kindness, even if it's one moment in 100 moments, it is eventually going to matter to someone. And that's why I am talking about this like gigantic monologue. Really, it's a dialogue because then you get to reply back, but I just want to appreciate you all, well, really tell you how much I appreciate you all, and just, you know, thank you. I'm looking forward for more, and when I do get to meet you guys, and this has happened before, I don't know, it's really nice. Anyway, I'm hoping that you all have a fantastic time and that you get to knit as much as you want. And all good things for you, and all good things for your family and friends. And yeah, just good things. Anyway, alright, this is it. Thank you so much for watching and for participating. Alright, bye bye.